Well, hi guys. This is gonna be a little different from every other video that I put together. I've been asked several times to explain or describe how I use MIDI to connect all of those 5 keyboards, and I decided to put together some diagrams. So this is somewhat technical, but not that much. So I hope you can just bear with me for just a few minutes and let me explain how I have this thing connected via MIDI and why. So first let me show you the diagram that I have here. Hopefully you can see that. Don't be scared. I know it kind of looks more like an eye chart, but you're gonna see all the keyboards. Here's a Nord Stage 4, Nord Stage 3, there's a Hammond SK1, there's a Nord Stage 373 and Korg PA3X. So those are the keyboards that I have. Now, the first thing that you may want to notice that the output of every keyboard, they start from the bottom in here, connected to a MIDI merger. I will eventually explain to you what I use for that. So the output of Nord Stage 3 also goes in here. Output of Hammond also goes into MIDI merger, as well as output of Korg PA3X goes into it. Now what MIDI merger does, it basically takes MIDI from every keyboards and merges all the messages together. So the output of MIDI merger has all the messages, all the MIDI messages from all the keyboards coming out. Now, you can see a couple other things in here. One is called MIDI processor and MIDI Quadra. Those are 2 boxes made by MIDI Solutions. They have a specific purpose, and that purpose here is the MIDI processor is used by me to make sure that not all the messages that coming out of MIDI merger will be pushed back into the keyboards. So what I'm using it for now, for example, I have a bunch of pedals in there. The control pedals and sustain pedals. And what I want is, when I push the sustain pedal on one of the keyboards, I want the other keyboard also to sustain. So I can use one sustain pedal for pretty much all the keyboards. So the way that thing works is this MIDI processor actually just filters the messages, and it only allows certain messages out. Now, this particular one set up so that I can have sustain as well as control messages from control pedal. Now, that actually goes into MIDI Quadra. What that thing does actually takes input from the MIDI processor and outputs it to in this case 3 different keyboards. So now if you think about this, how I could use it, let's just say I'm playing Nord Stage 3. If I hit sustain pedal on Nord Stage 3, that MIDI message follows, go out there, but that MIDI message follows that line, goes to MIDI merger, goes out and into the MIDI processor. Everything else got filtered out, but the sustain control message, right, goes out, goes through MIDI Quadra. And for example, if I'm playing Nord Stage 4 at the same time, it also sustains Nord Stage 4. It's a pretty simple concept. The same thing if I want to use the control pedal on Nord Stage 3, it follows the same path, goes into MIDI merger, goes out into MIDI processor, and eventually goes back to Nord Stage 4. Now, as you can tell, you can do the same thing on. I can do this on Nord Stage 3 or Hammond, so it's all the same. Now, one of the things you notice that the output of the MIDI merger actually goes directly into Korg PA3X. Now, the reason for that, Korg PA3X has a very, very big MIDI menu. You can filter things right inside of the Korg PA3X. So it doesn't need to go through a MIDI processor, because all the needed filtering can be done inside Korg PA3X. So that's pretty much what it is. Now let me also show you how the devices look like. So, all right, so this is a MIDI merger. So that's the first box that I showed you. That's this one here, the MIDI merger. That actually goes, it looks like this. Now I'm just showing you eBay site, I believe. Yeah, it is ebay.com. So it's to the tune of $50-60 you can get it. So that goes into MIDI merger. Now the MIDI processor, event processor, which is on the diagram as this event processor here, right? That is MIDI solutions box, and that looks like this. It's got one in and one out. That's it. So all the messages come in and then gets processed. Some of them get filtered and then go out. And the last device I use here is a quadra through. That's the one on my diagram that looks like this. That's got one in, and I'm using 3 out. Now, if you look at the actual box here, it's got 4 outs. I'm just using 3 out of 4. Right? So that's pretty much what it is. So again, it kind of, if you look at the diagram, it looks pretty elaborate here, but it's really very, very simple. So one more time, I'm going to take output, MIDI output of every keyboard and put it into MIDI merger. And then output of MIDI merger, I filter, and I only leave here the messages that I want, and it gets routed back to the other keyboards. Well, I guess, and the last thing, and truly the most important things, most of it is done for a reason, and that reason is to take that chord and pass the MIDI message to the Korg PA3X, to my arranger, so that it knows what chord I played and it can follow me. So that's how I do all of my improvisations within a given style, of course. If you have questions, don't hesitate. Just go to comments, ask the question, and I'll try to help as much as I can, as fast as I can. And see you in my next video.